The lighting is not too good. Let me go over here. Trying to get good lighting here. Do you see me live in there? No. My Halloween. Let's see. Moderation helps everyone close. Welcome to live chat. All right, I'm live now. Should we just trying to find the lighting in here, you know? No, that's even worse, isn't it? Halloween. How's this? Is this better? I don't know. I'm not sure about the lighting. So I'm live. I'm live. Anyone on? I want to do this live because someone asked me to. Long, cool woman in a black dress. So I'm waiting for you guys to come on so I can answer some questions. But no one's on. Is this working? Oh, let's see. Oh, Nelson, what did he make you do? Okay. It wasn't just like a direct thing that he made me do. 2 psychologists, well, really 3, sexually exploited me. They sexually violated me. It was subtle the way that it began. It wasn't overt. It wasn't like he said, okay, take all your clothes off. I'm going to, and lay on that couch and I'm going to bang you right now. It was more like, compliments, flattery at first, wanting to see me for free for 5 hours a week, giving me his house number in Maine, Dr. Richard Geist inviting me on his vacation in Maine. It didn't start off with wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, like that. Does that answer your question, Nelson? It wasn't like that. Did you ever feel trapped? There were parts of me that felt this wasn't right, but it was too exhilarating to get out of it. I hope the lighting is all right. It seems awful dark in here. It was more that like a child whose parents let them eat junk food, drink alcohol when they're underage, never have to do homework, and stay up as late as they want. And the child feels like, oh, wow, this is fun. Look at mom isn't making me do my homework. I can stay up all night. Mom even lets me drink, champagne. Mom lets me eat whatever I want, ice cream, chips, and but then, you get sick throwing up all night because mom didn't, said I could eat all this junk food. And part of you realizes, even though you loved it and enjoyed it, was mom really, looking out for my best interests? Was this really good for me, even though I enjoyed it at the time? Was this really right for me? I got sick. I threw up because I was eating junk food. Mom let me do that. So you see my analogy here that in the beginning, what do you think they had in common apart from both psychologists? They are both narcissistic. They were both workaholics. They both had no morals. They both had no boundaries. Of course, they were both divorced. I'm thinking there's a lot of differences. Mr. 𝗚𝗂𝗏𝗂, oh, your account is adorable. Oh, thank you very much. So Nelson was asking me, what do they have in common? They were both older than me. Oh, the accent, Boston accent. You like my accent? I'm hoping that long, cool woman with a black dress comes on, because she is the one who wanted me to do this live. She's the one, long, cool woman with the black dress, said, you know, I have a lot of questions for you. And so I just spontaneously jumped on a live, even though I think the lighting in here sucks. You misspelled your title. Oh, sorry. I'll have to go back and check. I try to do it really fast, you know. Let me put the light on. Hold on 1 second. Let me just. Is that better? I should have just had the light on in the beginning. It was so dark. Jesus. I think that looks a lot better. I'm looking at the screen. It looks better. All right. So to re-answer some of these questions, there's a dead guy creeping in behind you. I dress up the house for Halloween. You should see my mantle. Yeah, I do that. There you are, cool woman with a black dress. All right, go. I did this for you. Okay. You said you wanted me to answer questions. All right. And you said I should do a live. So I thought, and it was only like 10, 15 minutes ago you said that. So I said, I'm going to jump on and hope that she comes on here. Right. All right. Yeah, I did it for you. You said, I read your comments. I always read people's comments. And you said you wanted me to do this. So here I am. So ask away. Thank you. Ask away. This is your opportunity now. How am I feeling today? I don't feel one thing. I feel a gazillion things. I feel motivated, ambitious. I feel angry, rageful. I feel upset, jealous. I feel like a million things. I feel frustrated. I feel hopeless. I feel sad. I feel lonely. I mean, you know, I feel a lot of things. Did the fact that it was forbidden make it more alluring? Oh, are you kidding? Of course it did. Of course it made it the forbidden fruit. Think about Adam and Eve, if you believe that. Adam and Eve. The forbidden apple, anything forbidden is enticing. If someone says you can't have this, you know, of course you want it just because you can't have it. Let me share it out loud for you. I love that you interact with your audience. You have named the feelings of all you have. Sometimes daily. Yeah. I'm an explosion of feelings. After all, I have borderline personality disorder. And as you know, if you know anything about, borderline personality disorder, it's that we have very intense feelings. We're like all or nothing. I'm all in or I'm all out. On those days where I really feel frustrated more and hopeless more and in despair, I'll say, I'm quitting. Did you see that video? I'm done. You guys keep dropping out like flies. You're not interested in what I have to share, and I'm willing to put myself out there for you guys. I'm willing to tell you all. I'm willing to, spill the beans. I'm willing to tell you intimate details about it, so. And then I pull back and say, that was yesterday. That let's see. You said that you've done that. You've done, but you kept posting. Anyway, yeah, that's exactly it. That's the borderline behavior. one, like all or nothing, right? I'm either all in or I'm all out. So when I really felt upset that day and angry because I won't mention her name. There was another woman who had her own story, and she went on and she went viral. And I've been trying to get my story out there for like, oh God, over 10 years, writing books and doing videos and whatever, especially writing books before the videos. And then this woman tells her story, and it really upset me. The jealousy got to me, the unfairness, everything, just, it upset me. And I said, I'm done. And then I realized, I'm not done. Do you think subconsciously with BPT, listen to your first therapist who betrayed you when he referred you to the next because you were looking for approval of others, men in specific? Yes, I wanted older men in specific. I was looking for a father figure. Okay. I wanted older men. This is true. I pursued older men. Yep. Guilty of that. How old are you now? 60. Ooh. 60 as of July 11th. July 11th, 1965. So yeah. Oh God, you can tell it. I'm an old geezer. What am I dressing up for Halloween? As an old lady. Guess what? I don't have to dress up. I am an old lady. Oh, that makes sense. Did you enter therapy initially to resolve issues about your father? No. I entered therapy in my late 30s because my minister at the time, me and my husband go to a Protestant church. Actually, it was his church. I grew up Catholic in a Catholic church, but religion was important to him, so I joined his church. My son was hospitalized because he got meningitis. He got brain damage. He has the mind of a 2-year-old at 30. He's an invalid. He can't shower himself. He can't feed himself. He can't write his name or read or anything. And on top of my parents both died back to back when I was 38. My father of cancer, my mother of heart failure. And because of all this going on, my minister said, you really need a lot of help. You should get your own therapist. And my minister paid for my therapy back then. And it was a female, believe it or not, Dr. Beth Freed. So I went to therapy because of my minister suggested it, and I admired my minister. He helped me a lot. In fact, he helped pay my financial. We were in poverty. My husband wasn't working. We couldn't pay the bills. And through the church funds, they paid some of our utility bills. And I really admired him. So he said I should go to therapy, and that's why I went. Thank you. I tried. I was going downstairs, right? Ready to do my exercise this morning. And then I said, I can't exercise now. I have to go live. I gotta, someone requested, and you just requested it. It wasn't like you requested it hours ago. I said, I bet she's still on, and I bet she's going to catch this live. So ask more questions. You said you had a lot of questions. This is your opportunity to ask. Is your OnlyFans still active? Nope. Actually, no one believes me, but OnlyFans kicked me out. I wanted to get rid of it anyway. That's the truth. But they kicked me out. Okay. Why did they kick me out? First of all, I was not on there with other men. I was on there by myself. All right. Totally naked, masturbating. They said you can only use sex toys like vibrators and dildos. And guys kept saying, oh, this is boring. Oh, when are you going to do something different? So I went outside and I got in trouble with the police for being naked outside. And so I looked at other people's only, and they used beer bottles and wine bottles. So I started playing, if you know what I mean, without getting too graphic, putting those bottles up me, and only kicked me out because they said you can't use anything like that in your videos. It can only be sex toys designed for that purpose. You can't use bottles or anything. So they kicked me out. This is the truth. They kicked me out, but I didn't want to do it anyway. I mean, we had no money and I was making like $150 a week. You know how much I make on my YouTube a month? Zero. I don't make any money for this. I am monetized, but go look at my views. Okay. I get under 100 views a video. You need to get hundreds of thousands of views to get money. Okay. It doesn't matter. I'm monetized. I'm never going to make a dime because no one watches me. That's the honest to God truth. Why didn't you invite other males? I drink. Yeah. I like drinking. I do like drinking. Tonight, my son's going to make my son who lives at home. He works full time, goes to school. He's going to make me an old fashioned. We both drink whiskey together on Thursday nights. We hang out in his room and drink. Why didn't I invite other males? I don't know. When you have that only, you know what? You can't say it on YouTube, but I didn't invite guys. They just showed up. I don't know. I advertise or whatever, just like you guys, you subscribers, right? Did I invite you, Nelson, for my live? No, I didn't. You showed up, okay? I said, I'm having a live, and then whoever shows up, shows up. So long cool woman with a black dress, ask away. Ask me more questions because you said you had a lot of questions, and I want you to get it all out. And I want you to ask me. And what's my favorite drink? You haven't asked that, but let me see. I love dirty martinis. Gee, I love everything, you know. I love White Russians. I love sex on the beach. I love wine. I love beer. But vodka is my favorite poison. Vodka. Because vodka... When did you start drinking? I started drinking when I was SA'd in my therapy, which was in my late 40s. Yeah, it actually was, 10, it was 15 years ago. So do the math, I'm 60. It was 15 years ago. I started drinking. I mean, really drinking. Before I'd go out to dinner and maybe have a cocktail or two once in a while. I mean, really drinking every day, you know, heavy drinking. Yeah, it got worse. The more, it's all because I was SA'd sexually. If I say it, yeah, you can't say that stuff on YouTube, but you know what I'm talking about. That's when I started drinking in my late 40s. And it just kept getting progressively worse. Anything else? Let's see. How many people are on here? 4 people are on here. Did he take advantage of your drinking problems? Yes. Watch some of my videos. Dr. 𝗚cie_HIS'_𝗿𝗲 introduced me to dirty martinis. Introduced me to vodka. I never drank at all. For instance, we'd go out to dinner. And he'd order 2 cocktails and only drink 1. So, and then I had 2 cocktails and then I drank his because it's just sitting there in front of me. You can't put nothing in front of me. Then when we had sex on Saturday night, he'd pour a glass of 𝗚liche. 𝗚liche is an Italian liqueur. Put it by the bed and have the TV on. We watch movies like, I don't know, 𝗂𝒂𝒃. Have you ever heard of that movie? Or Ordinary People. We'd watch movies, 𝗚cie_HIS'_𝗁. And in between banging each other, having intercourse, and watching the movie, he'd take a sip. And his sip was like maybe a little teaspoon. Then he handed the drink to me during sex. And the TV was on. And I drink. Then on a Sunday, let me tell you this. After sex, this man would get up and say, we're going to the bar. I said, it's only like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Get dressed, like right after sex, like immediately after. Get dressed. We're going to Costello's in Jamaica Plain. Okay. So he takes me to the bar, and what are we drinking? Dirty martinis. You see? So he really introduced me to vodka. He introduced me to drinking. He was a very bad influence on me. Alda. Why didn't you make videos with men? Oh, first of all, I didn't make videos with men. I'm a very vanilla person. I may not look vanilla, but I'm very vanilla. I've only been sexual with 5 men my entire life. 3 I've had intercourse with. 5 I've had oral sex with. 5 my entire life. I am 60 years old, 60. I've only been sexual with 5 men. 5. That's it. Okay. I don't believe, I've never had a one-night stand. I'm not wild as you think I am. I'm very vanilla. Okay. I might look wild and everything, but I'm vanilla. So I would never, the only way I'd make a video of having sex with a man is if I had a boyfriend. Okay. And, you know, he was up to doing that. Like I'd say like, hey, you want to make a video of this? And he'd say, sure. Then I would do that, but I would never, ever have sex with a stranger, ever. I never did. And I never would have sex with a stranger. So do you know why? Do you mean, James Bond? Have you ever been with 2 men at the same time? I just told you I'm vanilla. No. I've had fantasies of having sex with 2 men at the same time, but I never have. In reality, I'm very vanilla. So I'm not what I appear to be. And that's most people on the internet. They're not what they appear to be. I had 60 by the time I was 5. Crassy pants. Do you resent that you missed those Well, I'll let you in on one secret. I'm still in love with Dr. Richard Geist. I still miss Dr. Richard Geist, but I don't resent going to the licensing board. There's still a board complaint about him. I don't resent or I feel confident in what I'm doing. We're talking about it. You know, going to the licensing board, making a complaint about him. Yeah, but I still love him and I still miss him. Just being honest with you. Yeah, I don't resent what I've done. You know, I don't resent what I'm doing. But I still, do I miss the other psychologists? Not really. He's dead now. The reason why I don't dismiss him, why I don't miss him, is because I think he was a very evil person. Yeah. He was very abusive to me. He pushed me around. Do you want to forget them and forgive them? I'm never going to forget them. Forgiveness takes time. Do I want to forgive them? Sure. Yeah. What do you mean abusive? How? Oh, he was verbally abusive by swearing at me, cussing me out, physically abusive, pushing me around. I did a video about he held me hostage one night. He wouldn't let me leave the house. He publicly swore at me out in public. And it was very embarrassing. Where can we see these bottle? Oh, you can't. Yeah, when you take down your account, everything is taken down. If those old guys, why have you been acting up in your videos? Is these old guys? I don't understand the question, Sam. I had to go do some more things. Come back to hear that the psych was physically abusive to you as well. Your ability to be open to strangers is commendable. Thank you. Yes. One psychologist was physically abusive. The one I had sex with for 2 years, he was physically abusive. That one. Not Dr. Richard Geis. He was not physically abusive. But yeah, not just physically. He was verbally abusive to me. He was emotionally abusive to me. So I do not miss him at all. Not that psychologist. I don't miss him at all. Not one bit. I have no feeling for him except contempt. Will I ever forgive him? It would be nice if I could, but he's dead now. You can still forgive someone who's dead, but I don't forgive him. Maybe one day I will. I don't know. Let's see. After being abusive, how did you rationalize his behavior? I didn't rationalize his behavior. So why did I stay with him? I did stay with him for a while after that. I just stayed with him despite his behavior. Okay. I didn't rationalize it. I was with him despite it. You see what I'm trying to say? So, and I just, did he make you feel the most shame? Him and Dr. Richard Geis, those two made me feel the most shame. Both of them. Yeah, both of them. Are you currently married? Yes, I'm married. Since 1987. Married. Yep. Here's the proof, people. See that? Married. I'm married with children. Some people say I look like that Peg Bundy. I'm married with children. I have 2 sons. How did you and your husband meet? We met at college. My best friend Julia introduced us. Massachusetts Bay Community College in Wellesley Hills, Massachusetts. My best friend Julia 𝗂cie introduced me to my husband, Andrew Wyllie. I was only 18 and he was only 19. Do you have any fun hobbies? I'm a writer. I write poetry. I love writing poetry. I love doing YouTube videos. I love nature, okay? I love photography. I love to take photographs of nature. Watch some of my videos on nature. And I love to travel. Been to Paris. I haven't been a lot of places. I've been to London. I've been to Jamaica, Puerto Rico. Love to travel. Love to write. Love nature. Love the beach. Love doing videos. Love taking walks. It all makes sense now. You love the beach? Oh, I love the beach. Love the beach. Yep. I just love the sound of the waves. I love the smell, like the salty, fresh air. I just love everything about the beach. I love the animals, like the crabs. I love lobster. I love shrimp. I love to eat them. I love seafood. What's your favorite poetry that you made yourself? Oh, okay. You want me to stand up? I'm going to stand up and I'm going to get one of my poetry books and I'm going to read you one of my poems because you asked. Wait 1 second. I'm back with this. This is my latest poetry book, by the way. Soldier Girl. Now, someone asked me what's my favorite poem. It's the first poem on here. She was a soldier. She was a soldier before age 2, before she walked or wore her first pair of shoes. She held the fort when Daddy left home. It's true, my dad did leave home. He was the type of man that liked to roam. She soldiered on through her mother's drunken nights when her dear old mom knocked out her lights, mopped up her vomit on the kitchen floor. Home was a place that she called war. Very true. She didn't have ribbons and satin dresses. Her mouth was filled with abscesses. She wore thrift shop clothes, moth-eaten ones were quarter-size holes. She dropped out of school to get a job. Not a day goes by that she doesn't sob. But she holds her head up high because she has a new home made of paper she calls a poem. And by the way, that poem got formally published in Oddball magazine. So it's a published poem. So yeah, this is a little bit about me. I mean, there's a lot of poems I love, that I've written. That's just one. So someone asked, so I read it. Let's see. Did you write poems when you were a child? No. I didn't write poems until 2010. That would be what, 15 years ago? Yeah. So I'd be like 45. I didn't start writing poetry till I was middle-aged, 45. That's when I started writing poetry. Where did you get your books printed? Amazon Kindle. I'm all self-published. So Amazon Kindle. Anyone can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. You could write your own book too and get it self-published. Yeah, it's print on demand. So what happens is, if you order this book, they will print one, or how many copies you buy, they will print them up on demand. Print on demand. So there's no physical copies of these books. They print them on demand. Without those poems, what other hobby you would be doing? Traveling. I love to travel. I will be traveling. I love to see new places. I love to visit new countries. I like to see new cultures. So, and I love the ocean. I love boating. I love being on the water. I love the warm weather. I hate New England, even though I live in Boston. I hate it here. How do I feel after writing a really good poem? Confidence. I feel good inside. I feel self-assured. I feel like I did something creative and useful. I feel really good. When I write a good poem, I feel really good about myself. Just like if I put out a really good video, I feel really good about myself too. How do you feel? Yeah. What about any more questions? Where's Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress? I love that song. She was a long, cool woman in a black dress. I forget the rest of the word. That long, cool woman had it all. So what else are you interested in? I'm here to answer questions. That's the reason I did the live. May I ask, do you make any income by selling your books? I do make income. What do you, Beck's Passion? It's not that much, okay? Let's see. I sell books here and there. One month I'll sell maybe 2 or 3. Another month I won't sell any. One month I might sell 4 or 5, but it's not consistent. So I don't make big money off of it, to be honest. Of all your therapists, who seemed more interested in your poems? The one I had sex with, Dr. 𝗂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 Jim. Shocker, huh? You once said your husband is unemployed. Yeah, he still is. How do I make a living? I don't know. We don't make a living now. I don't get any money for all my, like I said, peanuts, very small money for my books. I don't make any money doing all this work on my videos. Unemployment has run out. So we're living off of our savings account, which is very little. So we have no money. Me and my husband are not earning a cent. That's the truth. You want to buy me a cup of coffee? The link is down below. That always can help. Yes, Jim was the abusive one, Nelson. Yes, Jim was the abusive one. Yep. So yeah, it's difficult. I wish if I went viral like 𝗂•𝗏 𝗁𝗂, then people would buy all my books and watch my videos. If people watch my books, watch my books. If people bought my books and watched my videos, I'd be making a lot of money. That's how you make money on YouTube, by views. So if I got, like, say for instance, today's video, if I got like 500,000 subscribers, I'd probably get $5,000 for that. If I got 500,000 views, if I got 500,000 views on today's video, and that's happened to other women my age, I've seen it. They got 500,000 views on one video. You can earn thousands of dollars like that. But that's never happened to me, not even once, okay? I'm not tempted to ever go back to OnlyFans, ever. I hated doing that. Except for dressing up. I love dressing up and acting. It was all an act. I was not into that at all. I told you I'm very vanilla. I was not into doing that. And I would never go back to it, even though I have no money and we're in poverty right now. But I'm never going back to that. So here's the thing. Let me tell you, if you want to see me like that in pictures, you type Sandra Wyllie only, FANS. And there still are pictures out there on the internet of me when I was doing that. All right. You got that now? So if you're interested, that's the way you can catch those pictures. What else? Any more questions? Where's long, cool woman with a black dress? She said, I came on here just for her because she said she had all these questions and I wanted to answer them. What else? Any more questions? Because this is your chance now, people. At 9:30, I have to go bake cupcakes for my son, Alex. So this is your chance. You have to let's see, probably like 20 more minutes, about 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to do this live for an hour. So it's 38 minutes now. So when it gets to 60 minutes, I'm off of here because I have a lot of work to do. I'm seeing my son today. I got to bake cupcakes from scratch, not from a box mix. So I got a lot of work to do. Your pictures and videos are still out there. You're right. You did try to take them. I took one video down. The chocolate syrup one, I took that down. But the pictures are still out there. And I don't know. I don't really care at this point. Whatever, whatever. I'm not going to go hunt things down and take things down. And I'm not going to hunt down anything. What's there is there. And that's it. Was Jim also the oldest one? No, Dr. Richard Geist is the oldest one. Dr. Richard Geist is 22 years older than me. Okay. Jim was 11 years older than me. So let's see. I was in my late 40s and he was in his late 50s when we met. I typed in Sandra Wyllie and didn't bring up. Yeah, well, That's how it brings it up. Okay, I say it works for me. You must be doing something wrong. I can see the pictures there. Sandra, Wyllie, only FANS. Yeah. They're there. So what else? Who else is going to ask me any more questions? And no more about only, because I answered all I can about them. I'm never going to do it again. I did it, and it was part of my history, and that's it. Whatever's there is there, you know. I'm not going to worry about it, you know. Let's see. What else is... What else? Come on, guys. I'm live. This is your chance. You've got, let's see, what, 19 minutes more. 19 minutes more, and I'm shutting this baby down. Because I got to go make me some cupcakes for my son. So I come on to warn people that, oh, yeah, I love doing karaoke. It's fun. I thought it was fun. I have a lot of karaoke videos. I love being seductive and doing karaoke. That was a lot of fun. I have a lot of different videos, you know. I have nature videos. I have animal videos. I love birds. I'm a bird watcher. I have bird videos for my backyard. Karaoke. I have lots of different variety too. I like to do variety in my videos. Which version of you do you trust least? Which version of me do I trust least? I would say when I try to put a good face on something, and try to act like everything's fine, everything's great. Yeah, that's not true. And I do that a lot. I'll put on that front like, oh, hi, how you doing? You know, I'm fine, I'm cool, but I'm not. I'm very unhappy with my life. My YouTube it's gone to shit. No one watches the videos. I don't get a lot of people buying my books. I'm not making any money. I work 7 days a week. So acting like trying to hold it all together and acting like everything's okay when it isn't, I hate that version of me because it's not being truthful. I'm trying to, but I'm not really being honest with myself. So that's the version. I think we all wear a mask, you know. No one really acts how they feel all the time. What would happen if that version stopped performing? Oh, God. Then it would be like, you know, a Karen. Who wants a Karen? I'd be like a Karen. Bitch, complain, moan, and groan, and say like, you know, this isn't fair. This isn't right. You don't want to see that version, the real version of me. Go watch the video. I'm quitting. Watch that video. I'm quitting. I'm done. That's more like a reality version of me, you know. Chaos! This is my husband. Hi, husband. I love that he wrote chaos. By the way, the cameraman today was none other than Andrew Wyllie. Yep. That's not nice to say, Mr. Crassy Pants. He is trying to get a job, or it's not nice to say to me because I work 7 days a week. What do you think I'm doing? Hi, husband. I just need to go viral. If I went viral, okay, I'd make a ton of money because I'm monetized. All right. So if I went viral and hundreds of thousands of people watch my YouTube, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Or if people went and bought these books, let's just say that 200, 300 people bought this book. I'd be making pretty good money. Okay. But no one takes an interest in me. All right. So I don't get no money. I'm broke. No one takes any interest in me at all. Let's see. So that version carries everything that the cheerful one can't hold. If you do not generate any income, that is not a job. It's a hobby. You know, it's not fair, is it? Okay. If one person does a YouTube channel and makes $5,000 a month, and I make $0 a month, how are they working any harder than me when they only put videos out maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I put videos out every single day? You don't see what I have to do behind the scenes to get these videos out. You only see the 10 or whatever, how many minute videos I do. You don't see all the editing. You don't see all the work that it entails, all the marketing. You don't see the hours I put in to doing the videos. All you see is whatever, how long the video is. That's all you see. So when does guilt turn into comfort? I don't know. It's very hard to make a living when you got mental health issues. Not if you do a video on mental health, you know. So, and talking about mental health, talking about your own mental health publicly, sharing it with other people so they don't feel all alone. I think that takes guts, to be honest. I think that takes a lot of bravery to come on here and say all this. Do you think other people do that? Other people hide that. Do you think other people will come on and say, hey, I had sex with my shrink. Hey, I committed adultery. Hey, I'm an alcoholic. Hey, I'm a borderline. Most people are ashamed of those things. Most people wouldn't come on publicly and tell the world, hey, I did pornography. I stripped down and did this with beer bottles. People won't do that. Okay. That takes guts. That takes bravery. Not everyone is going to do that. So I play guitar and I don't make the same money that even deceased Eddie Van Halen makes. I wonder why. So basically you're saying because you're no good. You're not good like Eddie Van Halen was, right? What kind of silence feels safest to you? In nature, when I'm in nature and it's quiet and I just hear the birds sing, that kind of silence, the silence of nature, of being in nature and not have to say anything and just listens to the sounds of a turtle paddling in the water. Now you get it, right? So you're saying I'm not good enough. Well, I look at other women who've made a lot of money on YouTube who are my age, and they're not better than me. I watch their videos. Now they're not even making videos anymore. I think that I am good enough. Maybe you can call me narcissistic. Maybe you can call me conceited. But that's what I don't understand. I think I'm a good writer, okay? I think I do good YouTube videos. They're not great, but they're good enough to make money, some money, not zero money. And that's what I don't understand, because I really believe that I am good enough. Yeah, what is your plan B? What will happen if you run out of money? Good question. I don't know. I can't answer I don't have this crystal ball and look into it and say, what's going to happen when you run out of money? I can't answer that. All right. We're going to go on food stamps. That's one thing. I don't know the future. Okay. The future is uncertain. I worry about that. I have insomnia, up at night worrying about that. My future is very, very uncertain. I have no security in my life. I don't have a bright future. Everything's going to pot, to seed. All I can do is put on a good face and get up and be present. That's all I do every day. Get up and be present. And that's all I can do, is my best. And I do that every single day. It's not about being better. It's about what people want to see. When silence comes from a person instead of nature, what does that mean to you? Oh, it means that the people don't care, right? So I take a hint. I mean, I've had friends that have been silent. I don't talk to them anymore. Okay, so I understand silence means that people aren't interested. But I still believe in what I went through, the hell I've been through, and I still believe in promoting my story to help other people because I'm not getting paid for it. And I still believe in me. Why else am I here if I don't believe in myself? You don't have to believe in me, okay? You don't have to be sitting here even talking to me. But I believe in me. I believe that I have something to share with the world. And I'm going to do it no matter what you think about me, no matter how silent you are. I'm going to still be here and show up and share. So that's just it. We all have choices, right? And my choice is to show up and be present every single day and try to help other women like myself who have been, sexually abused by these therapists. Did you consider to get a boring real world job lately, or is it all with your social media career? All my social media. Yeah. Look, I'm 60 years old. I don't have much more to live. My parents died at 70, So a lot of people retire at my age in their early 60s. I'm not going to get a job I hate. Okay. This is the truth. Listen to me. I would rather do what I love and feel passionate about, which is my writing and my YouTube videos, and get no money than go to a job and get paid good money for something I hate to do. Every day I wake up excited to do a video, excited to write a poem, excited to write my newsletter on LinkedIn about unethical psychologists. So I'd rather be getting paid nothing doing what I love than getting paid money doing what I hate, like going, Let's see. What did you do for work before? I had many jobs. I was a preschool teacher. I was an office administrator. I worked in the computer department on computers. I was a security guard at an upscale mall. When you help others when you are in that state, what do you hope they see in you? Whatever they want to see in me. Right? Everyone is different. What you see in me is going to be different than what someone else sees in me. You're going to see me through the lens of your past, of your life experiences. And so is another person. So That's up to you. What you see in me. And it's probably, like I said, very different from what someone else sees in me. And that's okay, It's all right. Because, you can watch a movie and someone could walk away and say, hey, that was the best movie. That was awesome. And someone else could say, that movie was shit. That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Right? One person can say on a date, oh, wow, we just are so alike. We have so much in common. Oh, we had such a great date. We just clicked. Another person can say, that was the worst date of my life. I can't stomach that person. We have nothing in common. I couldn't wait to end the date. It would, see, different perspectives. Let's see. When you want a recommendation to help your channel, go live more often. Oh, sure. I haven't gone live in a while. That's true. Yeah, I mean, that is true. But you know what? I really don't get much people on my lives. How many people? It says I have 6 people on here. 6! That's all. And I am a very busy woman. I have a severely handicapped son I see several times a week. I have, like I said, in 4 more minutes, I got to get off and bake a whole batch of cupcakes for my son. I exercise every day. That's how I stay in shape. So in mornings, I'm a morning person too. So I do my videos in the morning, not in the afternoon. But I do agree, lives help you because you connect with your audience. What else? Do you own the house? Yes, I bought the house cash. I bought my house. It's a 7-room ranch. Bought it 20 years ago for $358,000 cash. I don't have a mortgage. I own my house outright. Let's see. And when someone sees you clearly without projection, what happens inside of you? Depends on what they see, It depends on what they see inside of me. If they see something negative, then I get upset. I get angry or I get hurt. If they see something positive, then I'll be happy. It depends on what they see. I can't just answer that. Yeah, it's too general, 6 is actually very good. Why do you say that? I don't think so. People get hundreds and hundreds of views on their live, not 6. I think you're trying to be nice, but thank you, If you go live between 10 and 12 weekdays, that's not a good time for me. Sorry. That's when I'm taking a bath and I have to be out the door. I leave the house at 12 every day, so it's not a good time to get you friends. Who does show to push some people your way? Huh? I'm losing subscribers. No one is coming my way. That's the truth. I'm losing subscribers every day. So I lost almost over a dozen, almost 20, I think. Read that again. If you go live 10 to 12, no, you're only reading half the comment. Weekdays, I might be able to get my friend who does a show to push some people your way. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think if your friend, wanted to help me, they would help me. If they believed in what I do, they would help me. They wouldn't need me to go live between a certain time. In other words, if someone wants to help you, they will help you. You won't have to fit into their, into this thing. A lot of people have said they'll do this or they'll do that or do whatever. And, I don't believe what people say anymore because I've been told so many lies. Oh, just do this. Oh, just do that or whatever. And I do it. And guess what? Nothing happens. So when one is looking at you at all, who are you then? It depends on who's looking at me. That's too generalized, For some people, I'll be more real. like with everyone else. When my son looks at me, I'll be one way. When my husband looks at me, I'll be another way. When, that's too generalized. I can't answer that because it's different people evoke different things, emotions from me. People with 100K subs usually have 15 to 20 people on live. 6 is actually good. I'm being genuine. All right. Thank you for being genuine. But I still find that hard to believe. I trust that you're being genuine. It's just that if you're saying to me people with 100,000 subs have only 15 to 20 people on live, that's hard to believe. I mean, why? It doesn't make sense. But I trust you. I trust that you're saying that you're not lying. You're being genuine. I was involved in a similar situation a few years ago. The clinician was prosecuted, though, because an insurance company got involved. Well, I'm glad they were prosecuted. Okay, Jules, very glad. If they did something that was a boundary violation and hurt a patient, I'm glad they were prosecuted. You're not asking they do show between, the show is on 10 to 12, often go to other people's streams and do a fun thing and get people subscribing and watching. All right, I get you now. But you have to play the game. You want success at this, but a bath is more important. What do you think I'm doing now? I gave up exercising. Okay, I gave up exercising to do this live. So why do you want? Not sure you're a doctor. You live in the USA. You should be a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I mean, when no one at all is around, not even online, what sense of you remains then? What sense of me remains when no one's around? I'm just too busy filling my day to have any reflection on myself. Okay, I'm very busy filling my day up, and then I come home and I drink at 4 o'clock wine. Well, tonight it will be whiskey with my son. So I just think I'm too busy filling the gaps, filling in the time. Where you get your validation for yourself from if you can't get it from strangers online? Through my work, through my books, through my videos. That's where I get validation. Through being a mother. I love being a mother. So through my poetry, because no one can take away my poems and my poetry, my writings, my videos. That's what validates me. What I love doing, I'm doing it every single day. Can't you tell? I do this every single day. That's how I validate myself. That's still getting it from strangers. No, it isn't, because no one's watching my videos. Okay. How is it getting it through strangers when no one, like maybe 40 people, 50 people? It's not like I'm getting 100,000 views. Then you could say, yes, you're getting validated through other people, but that's not true. I'm not getting it through other people. And when the day ends and you're no longer busy, what comes up then? Oh, I stopped drinking. I drink. And then I watch TV, reality TV. But you're asking them to. I told you how I get my validation through what I'm passionate about, which is my writing and my videos, which I do every day. Those are the two things I do. I don't get paid. So if I'm not getting money from them, what am I getting from it? Think about that. I'm not getting any money for this. So it must be, why am I doing this? Because it validates me. Telling my story through my books and through my videos is validating to me. They put an ad on this video. They put ads everywhere. How do you think YouTube makes their money, Jules? They make their money through the ads. Again, you're not seeing the bigger picture. You're writing in videos trying bring you nothing if nobody sees them. You said yourself that you're unhappy and because you aren't being seen. That's true. That's very true. But they're both true. Do you see what I'm saying? You can be validated by doing something and also unseen. Like you can, for instance, an analogy would be I could be in love with a man and love him, want to be in that relationship, but he doesn't care about me. He doesn't want nothing to do with me, or he treats me like shit. But they have 20 or so because most of the subs aren't active viewers anymore. Algorithms don't notify everyone. Many lose interest and leave, and live streams demand real attention. A small fraction of the audience show up. If that were the case, that you wouldn't be unhappy. That is my point. Okay. I love what I do. I feel passionate about what I do. I'm happy to do what I do, but I'm unhappy because I'm being taken for granted. Like, I'll give you an analogy. Say a mother cleans the house, is spotless. She cooks homemade dinners. She loves being a homemaker, okay? She loves cooking. She loves cleaning and having a beautiful home. She loves doing that. But when her family comes home, her husband and kids, they could care less. They don't appreciate her. So she feels like, you know, I love doing this, but everyone's taking me for granted. Can you understand that? I'm trying to get you to understand where I'm coming from, but I don't know if I'm explaining myself enough. If that was the case, then you wouldn't be unhappy. That is my, okay. You're saying the things, but aren't even hearing yourself. Maybe it's true. So what am I not hearing? If you're stopped watching or drinking for just one night, what do you think would surface? Oh, I'd go crazy because the drinks were off, and then I have all these thoughts in my head of the abuse of what happened to me. So the drinking shuts it off for a short time. So if I didn't have that to shut it off for a short time, I need a little break away from the thinking. And that's what the drinking does. It gives me a break away from it. Okay, let me lay out for what I'm trying to help you comprehend. Yes, please lay it out because I got to go make cupcakes. You want to be successful on social media. You want to be able to live off of it. You enjoy it, correct? That's true. You find it fulfilling, but yet you're unhappy. That's correct, because I'm not appreciated for it. That's why. When those memories start to rise before the drink helps, what's the first feeling that hits you? Anxiety. Anxiety is the first feeling. Anxious. Yeah, my husband has always been supportive. Very true. The entire point of writing a book or posting a video is for people to see it. That's true. That's true. But people have bought my books. People have watched my videos. I wouldn't be monetized if they didn't. Okay. You get monetized by views, watch time, and subscribers. So, very lucky to have a good husband. Yes, I am. Very, very lucky. What does this anxiety tell you about is about to happen? Doom and gloom. Disaster. Do you drink your vodka cold or everything got to be ice cold for me? Everything got to be ice cold. Ice cold. So when do you do these things and make an effort? You aren't getting the attention, validation, you aren't happy. Very true. Yes. Yes. When I do these things and no one watches and no one buys my books, I'm very unhappy. That's true. That is true. Very true. Even though I do love doing these things, I'm very unhappy when I don't get compensated. Some compensation. I'm not talking about being rich. I'm talking about like I work hard every day and get no money for it, you know? So I should get, in my opinion, some compensation. When in your body do you feel it first? When a sense of disaster comes? My head. Nelson, my head feels it first. Then it probably goes down to my chest. That would be second. Let's see. Then you acknowledge that your validation comes from strangers. Yes. Some of the validation, it doesn't, you're thinking like a borderline. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Yes. Validation can come from me, from my passion to share my story and write, but it also comes from other people too. So both. You get that? Crassy pants? The validation can come from myself and from other people, that I need to have both. Right? If I dress up sexy and beautiful and I go out and look in the mirror and say, wow, you look really great today, Sandy. Oh, wow, you're so pretty. Then I go to a club. I never go to clubs. And everyone says, ooh, I don't want to go with that old bag of bones. Then I'm not going to feel as good. Even though I felt good in the mirror saying, wow, you look nice. If other people think I look ugly and like a dog, old bitch, bag of bones, then I'm not going to feel good because I need both. You see, both. Then you acknowledge, yeah. When it reaches your chest, what do you most want to do? Run, hide, call someone, or probably like call someone. Help me. Yeah, talk to my husband. I need a little security, a little grounding. So yeah, when I'd feel like, yeah, you're reaching out to someone that loves you, Nelson. Does that help you? Reach out to someone who cares about you. But the point is, you're saying that you get personal validation. Yes, I'm saying that isn't enough. Right, gotcha. Or you'd be happy regardless. Yes, that's true. That personal validation is not enough. I agree. That's true. That's correct. Personal validation is not enough. You guys keep asking me the questions and I gotta get going, but isn't it like, oh, it's not 10 o'clock yet anyway for your friend, and making money is sweet. Yeah, I don't want to be like rich. I'm not trying to be rich on this. I'm just trying to get, like, I work hard every day. I should be getting some sort of monetary compensation for it. When he helps you feel grounded, but what does he do or say that works best? It's not anything he says or does. It's just that he's there. His presence, he's there. It's not anything magical he does or says. It's just that he's there. So that makes me grounded. Any more questions? I never had anything go on like this long before. Usually, usually no one's around, okay? And it just, I'm usually hanging out talking to myself most of my lives. What happened to long, cool woman in a black dress? But yeah, so I guess Crassy Pants is right. That I do need validation. Don't we all need validation? We all need love from other people, right? We all need to feel love from other people. We all need to feel accepted and for being ourselves and valued for ourselves. So I think that is true. What tells your body it's safe when he's near? It's like a child or a young baby with a mother. You know how they get anxious when their mother is away? Like a security blanket, like a little child feeling the security when their mommy is there. It's that just feeling taken care, that I'm being taken care of. So it feels safer, you know, not alone, like someone is there. Their presence makes you feel safe, like a child with their parents. That same kind of principle. Someone dropped out because it went from 6 to 5. So let's see who else. Long cool woman in a black dress hasn't. What else do you guys want to say before I end this? I don't want to I don't want to end if someone else has more questions. But I do want to end because I'm really way behind. It's already gone over an hour now. And I didn't even intend to do this live today. Someone wanted me to, so I did it for them. That sense of safety sounds important. How do you keep a bit of it with you when he's not around? Knowing that he'll always be there because of our long history together. The security and safety of knowing he'll always be there when he's not around. But he's always around. So that's, you know, he's always around. Yeah, he's always around. So he's always here. So he never really goes away. Any more questions? This is your time. I'm giving you a heads up. Any more questions coming up? Because I really got to get going on this. I really have to end this live. So let's see. It's only been Nelson asking me these questions lately. Everyone else has kind of, and you know, are you a regular subscriber, Nelson? I mean, I have like over 4,000 subscribers, so I don't, you know, necessarily know every single one of them. But it seems like you have a lot of questions, and you could always ask me questions in the comments. I'll always answer them anyway. I don't have to be on a live to answer them. I have been subscribed for years, I think. Oh, okay. Sorry. But that's how I get to know subscribers. So holding that certainty keeps your body calm. Yes, holding that certainty does keep my body calm. Yes, it does. It helps. It does. Does he have cool hobbies? He likes wargaming. He likes history, the world wars, history, and wargaming. He's a big history buff. That's what he likes. Here's another thing, Nelson. You could carry around a picture of the person that makes you feel safe. So when they're not there, you can take out the picture and look at it. Do you like history? I like about people. I'm interested in people's lives. That's what I like about people. I'm not a history buff. No. Nope. My husband's a history buff, not me. But like now I got to really wrap it up. Nelson, you're the only one that's been talking to me the last, I don't know, 10 minutes. So I have to say goodbye. Thank you for coming. The 6 of you guys have been here asking me questions. Anyone else want to ask questions? Peace out. Peace out. Ask me in the comments. I will always answer you. Ask me in the comments. Thank you.